Did you know if you have multiple dogs, you do not have to walk those dogs together in the same walk? You can do separate individual walks for your different dogs based on a number of different factors. I have 2 English Springer Spaniels. One is the most energetic dog in the entire world. She will never get tired. And one likes to be home cuddled on the couch. Now, they both like to go out and do fun things, but they operate at very different speeds. And so when I am walking my dogs, I have one that wants to go really, really fast and one that wants to take a nice, luxurious, leisurely walk. And don't get me wrong, the one that's a little bit slower does like to go quick. She likes little sections of running or going faster, but she doesn't want to go super fast the entire walk. So I have 3 dogs and I take them on 2 separate walks. Lucy gets her own walk and Gemma goes with Ember because they're more evenly paced. And so I am looking for dogs that are good partners for when they are walking. Lucy is a little less calm when we're walking than Gemma is. Gemma ignores everybody. She doesn't care about what's going on. She just wants to be near me, having fun out in nature. She loves that. Lucy wants to see everything, kind of wants to investigate what's going on. And so we have 2 very different personalities at play here. So I am taking them on individual walks to suit their individual needs. Like I said, Gemma and Ember walk together. They are very evenly paired. They go a little bit slower. They take their time. They hang out. They don't really pay attention to people. Although I will say Ember really wants to be petted by all the little children that we meet in the park. And Gemma just is okay continuing to walk. She'll observe them, she'll acknowledge them, and she'll just keep going. Lucy loves to get involved with things and loves to do social things, even though she has a certain level of anxiety. And so I take my dogs on 2 separate walks based on their needs. But I also take them on 2 separate walks for bonding purposes because my dogs are always together. They live in a house together. They do things together. They play in the yard together. They hang out inside together. They sleep next to each other. They're always with each other. So I want to make sure that my dogs have enough time with just me because they have to split their time with me. When we're all together, I'm giving attention to everyone. And so I want to make sure that all of my dogs get enough attention from me. And so with that in mind, I am taking them out so that I can have individual time with them. And I don't just take them for individual walks. We go on individual activities and adventures together as well. Now, more times than not, I am taking us as a group when we go to do things. But when I have the ability to, or when I see an opportunity to, I will take my dogs out individually to go learn new skills, to go see new things. So if I am going to be going somewhere where I can just bring one of those dogs so that they can have the opportunity to bond with me, to learn new things, to have new experiences, and just to have private time when they're not surrounded by everyone else in our pack, I take the opportunity to do that. When I'm doing something that requires a little bit more travel or more time, then I'm bringing everybody with us. So walks are a great opportunity just to have one-on-one time with my dogs. This way I can very easily observe them. If I have to constantly be watching 2 to 3 dogs, depending on if I'm walking by myself or if I have somebody with me, my attention is going to be split between my dogs. And so I want to make sure that I also have that individual time so I can watch the way that they're walking, the way that they're behaving, the way that they're reacting, the interactions that they have with the world around them. I like being able to just observe that one dog and get more information than if I was watching 2 or 3 dogs while we were out doing something or while we were hanging out at the house or playing in the yard. I very much like being able to have that one-on-one time to bond, but also to be able to observe and watch. And so I am taking my dogs on those individual walks whenever possible. And that also gets me out of the house more. It means that I get to do more exercise. I get to do more of the things that I am going to do. And they all get their own individual walks, but then they also have the benefit of rest time without me and without anybody else. So when I take my dogs out, I'll usually take Lucy first. We go for our walk because she's the one with all the energy. Then when I bring her back, she's tired enough that she can just sleep until we get back with Gemma and with Ember. And this way, we are giving everybody an opportunity to be by themselves, isolated in the house by themselves, restful by themselves, so that they don't necessarily need all of us around or all the things typically going on, so that they can recuperate from what we are doing and have those health benefits. And so there's a lot of really great reasons for taking your dogs on individual walks. And it doesn't mean you have to do that every single time, but it does mean you should make some time to do those individual walks so that you have more ability to pay attention to your dog, to give them your attention, and to give them what they specifically need. Because unless your dogs are perfectly paired, those walks are going to be more meaningful to one than the other if you're doing them at the same time. So I highly recommend taking at least a little bit of time, a couple times a month maybe, to go on those individual walks to make sure that you're giving your dog the best of you and the best opportunity to explore and to grow and to do the things that they need to do on their own without the company of the other dogs in the house. And then, of course, we also want to make sure that they are able to do that together as well, so that their manners are good, so that they know how to function and operate should you need to be walking them together. And so having a nice mix of this is really beneficial to you and your dog. If you take your dog on individual walks, go ahead and let us know why you do that down below, and let us know what tips and tricks you have for taking your dog for a walk. We've got a whole playlist on how to proactively take care of your dog while you are taking them on park walks, to make sure you have the proper gear, to make sure you have the proper training, that you are going through this in a way that's going to be healthy and safe for your dog, because there are so many things that can come into your park walks that you do not foresee. And so there's a whole playlist down below, including harnesses and leashes and things that you're going to benefit from to make your walk a little bit easier and more comfortable for you and for your dog. So now is the time to drop your questions and follow along on that playlist. And we will be back in tomorrow's daily videos, helping you navigate the world of dog parenthood to help you level up for your pup to give them the best life possible. We'll see you then.